Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? It's your boy, GD the Sports Actor, and we are back with the podcast. This segment, we're going to be covering the New York Knicks as we finally have our opponent for the first round of the 2024 playoffs. And I'm pretty excited. Now, I wasn't too nervous about either playing Miami, nor was I nervous about playing Philadelphia. I think the New York Knicks are going to match up well versus either one of those teams. And I'm here to give you guys the breakdown as to why. Yesterday, Miami and Philly kind of looked like a shell of themselves. I mean, it was more so about who's not going to play the worst, more so than who's the better team. And so we'll take that all day. But you have the Bulls and the Heat facing off against each other. And then also the Kings and Pelicans will face off against each other. Both very interesting games, should be pretty exciting games. Two starters for both of those events will be out. As far as the Heat, Jimmy Butler, I believe, is out and going to be out for that game. And as far as the Kings and Pelicans, Zion Williamson, I believe, will be out as well. But we're going to be talking about the Knicks. And as far as the Knicks and 76ers, as I said before, I just like the breakdown of this game. Now, if we were to play Miami, there's a few things to be concerned about. Miami can run with you. They can keep up with pace, or they can slow the game down. Sixers kind of play in one fashion. Yes, they have someone like Tyrese Maxey who likes to push up the ball once they reach that half court. But as far as a team, as far as a cohesive group, they like to play at a slower pace. I mean, mostly because of Joel Embiid and the ball running through him. I mean, the guy's not running up and down the court in about like 3-4 seconds. So, you got to give him time to get over here and get on the other side. So that's one thing I'm really looking forward to is the Knicks. Yes, we can play with a slower pace, but we like to play fast. And we showed that when we played against teams like Milwaukee, when we played Boston in that last game of the season. We were scoring high points, running the ball, back to the other side, running back on defense, and just playing a faster brand of basketball when it comes to the New York Knicks. And I think that will be an advantage that we have, mainly from guys coming like Brunson, speed coming from guys like DiVincenzo. We have our big man, OG Anunoby, as well as Isaiah Hartenstein, who will, play off of each other well, whether that means a screen gets set or you need some help defense down low. I think those are the type of guys that you want there to be able to get that production and to get into position when you need them to get there. So I'm pretty excited about that. Especially with Brunson. I mean, I would imagine there's going to be a lot of pick and rolls that are done, possibly putting Tobias Harris or maybe putting Embiid out of position, having to guard someone smaller and faster through Jalen Brunson. And so that would be pretty exciting. And that's kind of how I would draw up the play. Now, when you look at the game and the matchups that we'll probably see is that'll probably be what affects this game the most are the matchups. I mean, I would imagine, as we can see, it'll probably be Kyle Lowry, Kelly Oubre, Tobias, Maxey, and Embiid on the floor going up against Brunson, DiVincenzo, OG, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Josh Hart. And so, of course, the matchups with those will be very interesting. And me personally, I think across the board, the Knicks matchup better. I think the Knicks across the board can play everyone one-on-one with that help defense you might need on Embiid. But for the most part, everyone should be able to handle their assignments. I think not only can they handle their assignments, but I think similar to what we saw with Miami and the Sixers, the Knicks are just bring a little bit more of an offensive prowess to the game. I feel like they're not only going to play defense well, but they're going to give you a lot of production, more so than 76ers when it comes to offense. And so we'll see how they decide to match it. As far as who is going to go up against Brunson, I don't think Maxey will be that, or I don't think Kyle Lowry will be that person. I would imagine that they're going to move someone like Kelly Oubre, someone who is a little bit longer, someone who plays a little bit better defense, or is mainly even known for defense on that team, but has also been producing a little bit on the offensive side. But he's mainly known to be that type of defensive player, similar to an OG, and I think they will have to match him up against Jalen Brunson. As far as everybody else, I think Tobias gets beat. I think Travis Maxey, being as young as he is, gets into foul trouble. And so we'll see Kyle Lowry possibly, but I don't think Kyle Lowry is conditioned to face a top point guard like Jalen Brunson. So we'll see where that matchup decides to land and how they decide to scheme against the New York Knicks. So as far as, defense and efficiency, it looks like Philadelphia ranked 11th overall, while the Knicks ranked 9th, which is awesome, beautiful, and you love to see stuff like that. And as we move forward, the only thing that I would say that the Knicks would have to pretty much worry about is not allowing someone like Embiid to go off, of course, in the center in the middle of the game and impact there through rebounds and scoring. But we also need to make sure that we contain Tyrese Maxey. We can't let him do too many drives and kickouts. With the defenders that we have on the inside, I don't see any trouble, or I'm not too worried about Maxey finding clear lanes to just fly like a Hot Wheel into lanes. I don't see that happening. What I do see happening, though, is Maxey would, in the beginning of the game, create moments where it seems like he is getting some of those lanes and he is attacking the basket, maybe drawing a foul, maybe getting the score. But I do see more so they move away from that and do something to where, a kick out, is done at the 3-point line, because they're going to have to keep up with the Knicks in the 3-point shooting. That's a fact. And the Sixers aren't 3-point shooters like that. I don't care how you want to break it down. I don't know what type of explanation you would have. Just because Joel Embiid and his hobbled knees hit, 2 or 3 threes against Miami, they're not doing that. Batum and, whatever he was doing, and nobody could account for that. Batum was going off. I was a man, ready to play Miami. But this is a 7-game series. This is a young Knicks team with a great core. I don't see Batum going off like that at all. I don't see the things that I've talked about countlessly again and again. I don't see Embiid or Maxey going off at all. And then you're going to have the role players. You need other people to step up. And, we'll see if they can step up. I do know that they have Cameron Payne, and we'll see if he comes off the bench, and maybe that's why they went to go get him to produce. I know he did some pretty crazy things during the time he had played for the Suns. It's not like he wasn't good off the bench. He actually helped them out a lot. So we'll see what the Knicks are going to decide to do as well. We're going to see how the Knicks decide to go and attack Embiid and how they decide to expose some of these matchups and some of these things that I say we can, attack when it comes to pace. I say we play at a fast pace. When it comes to how we should defend, I really do not see the Knicks defending in a zone type of coverage, even though zone wouldn't be too bad. So maybe you get a little bit more help on the inside. But I think that man is how we should start the game off. And, truly, I'm just super, super excited to see what we're going to be doing in this series. And so I just wanted to give a little brief overview on, how I felt about everything that's going on, how I think the Knicks are going to be doing. And I'm going to be covering them throughout this playoff. So, I see a lack of Knicks coverage in the media or on some of these socials. And if you want to talk about the Knicks, if you want to discuss how we're doing, if you want to talk about the opponents that we're going to be playing, I'm going to be as consistent as I can with posting these before every matchup that we're gonna have against these opponents. And I see the Knicks going far. I see the Knicks going as far as the Eastern Conference Finals. Some people might scoff, but there's a reason that we're second in the East. There's a reason that we were going to be fifth, and we battled our ways. We went through multiple injuries and battled with no starters at times, and our bench came and stepped up. Not only did they step up, but our bench experienced moments where these were playoff-esque type of games where the atmosphere called for us to get a win, especially in that February stretch. You can see that the Knicks definitely did what they had to do to get their bench ready, to be ready to give the starters a break when they need it, if they need it. But our starters are grinding out full minutes, playing full games. And I'm just completely happy to see where we are. I'm excited for the culture right now. My girl even got me 2 new jerseys, and you know what? Let me show you guys these jerseys. They're pretty sick. Can you guess who I got? Can you guess who I got? You guess? All right, let's see if you got it. So, welcome to the family. Welcome to the fam. Don't worry, guys. I won't be burning this. Football, Saquon moving on to the Eagles. That was sensitive. That was touchy. You know, I got a couple new football jerseys, and I will be showing those. But these are my little gifts my girl got me for the playoffs, just in time. Pretty excited to rock these. Jalen Brunson, number 11. Sir, and Anobi, number 8. We got the, two-tone, 2 different colors. Let me stop. But yeah, super excited, ready. And I truly think, now is the time for the Knicks to make a push. Not only for this season, but to show forth what we're trying to do for seasons to come. To really put a stamp on this MSG arena, put a stamp on this orange and blue skies motto, put a stamp on the New York Knicks. And so just a little bit of coverage on who we're going to be facing in round 1. And super excited, as I said before, for the playoffs. I've been pretty good on some of these little bets. I will be, I guess there's no point. With Jimmy Butler down and out, I would have to give this game to the Bulls. Just probably going to be playing a little bit harder defense. They're a little bit bigger built of a team compared to the Heat. And I think they will be getting a lot of boards and just having their way. And then when it comes to the Kings and Pelicans, no Zion there. I think Sabonis is going to have a field day. He would have had trouble with Zion there, but I just see it in the Kings to move forward after beating the Pelicans. So I appreciate you guys for listening. If you stayed this far, I'll continue to make these videos, and New York Knicks basketball is here to stay. And the draft is coming up from the 25th of April to the 27th. Super excited, as the New York Giants have the 6th pick in the NFL draft. And I'm excited to see us go for our top wide receiver 1. Really, really crossing my fingers for Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr., or possibly picking up Malik Neighbors, and hopefully maybe we can get Michael Penix on the 2nd round. But that's just how I like for it to fall. But I'll shoot another video on that and the draft, and appreciate you guys. And like I said, this is your boy GD the Sports Actor. Take care, guys. Keep dreaming.